14 to commemorate the birthday of Frederick Banting, Dr. Frederick Banting, the person who discovered insulin, for which he received the Nobel Prize. So every year, some new activities are done around World Diabetes Day. This time we have Diwali just 2 days before World Diabetes Day, so we thought we'll have this event a little earlier. So every year we think of what is new to be done in the field of diabetes. And this year we thought that enough evidence has come to include liver as one of the organs which are affected by diabetes and which has to be screened for all people with diabetes. And therefore, welcome to the inauguration of the novel diabetes. I'll tell you why we call it as novel diabetes research liver clinic and research projects on diabetes and the liver. This is a study which we published in June of this year to show the number of people with diabetes and other metabolic diseases in India. This was published in Lancet Diabetes in June, on June 7th, 2023. And on the day it was published, there was a huge hue and cry in India because the number of people with diabetes in India had suddenly gone up from some 72 million people. It went up to this number, 101 million people with diabetes. Now apart from that 101 million, there are also 136 million people with pre-diabetes. That means you add both together, 237 million. I'm sure you all know that there are not many countries in the world which have 237 million people. Only 3 or 4 countries in the world have more than that population. And that's the number of people in India who have either diabetes or pre-diabetes. Now if you look at hypertension, again it's very high. I want you to look at abdominal obesity. You have a belly and abdominal obesity. 351 million, that's more than US population. Okay, only India and China are more than 350 million people in the world. So that's the number of people with obesity. Why I am saying this is because almost all obese people will have fatty liver. Almost everyone. It will be very exceptional to have abdominal obesity and not have fatty liver. So apart from diabetes, there are other problems in India which also produce fatty liver, and that's the importance of today. Now, till now, we have been focusing on these 5 complications of diabetes. Heart disease, irudayam, கால்கள், அப்புறம் கண்ணு, கிட்னி, நரம்பு. இந்த 5 காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் தான் நீரிழிவு நோயினுடைய காம்ப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ்னு எடுத்துட்டு இருந்தோம். So diabetic heart disease, gangrene, retinopathy, nephropathy and neuropathy. And these are all the statistics that from studies we have done. You can see that itself is quite huge. The number of people with complication in India goes to millions. In fact, if you take kidney disease, including early kidney disease, that's more than the population of Australia. Just the number of people who have early kidney disease in India. So India has got a huge problem as far as metabolic diseases and diabetes is concerned. So with all this, why the liver? Now the liver has emerged as an important organ in diabetes. We knew this for some time, but increasingly it is getting incorporated with diabetes. We wrote this article, Dr. Krishna Seshadri, whom you all know, is an endocrinologist in Chennai, and myself, we wrote this editorial in Journal of Diabetology a few months ago, where we said, from now on, we shouldn't be talking about diabetes care, just diabetes care, glucose control. We should call it as metabolic care, because that metabolic care includes all those conditions which I showed you in the earlier slide: obesity, blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, diabetes of course, and pre-diabetes, and also liver disease, because fatty liver disease has now become part and parcel of diabetes. We have Dr. Harish here.
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை அறிந்து கொள்ள IF Tamil பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் செய்யுங்கள்.